What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
And this is not
Not
another
another
damn
damn
podcast
podcast.
presented by our
Our
damn
damn
self.
shows.
So 378.
378.
378. Yeah. Shout out all my super I guess the silent slash greatest generation who rocked 78 records and shit.
You see my face. I was like, I didn't know where you were going. I was trying, I'm like
78, that's the first thing I thought of was like, yeah, as a DJ, it's like, yeah, the spinning platters is what I thought. Yeah. So like, and they use 78 to way back when is like, I want to say around the 50s is when the LP really became popular. And I said in each decade after that has been a different medium that dominated.
yeah.
Break it because like the 50s was the LP, which is like the 12-inch, like what
Mm-hmm.
what we know as like vinyl records that started
Vinyls, yeah.
like I want to say it started in the 40s, but really the 50s is when people like really rocked vinyl like that.
Mm-hmm.
60s, it was the 45, the little
45s with the little adapter you put in.
like our mom's generation, like because they listen to like had a Motown records, like because like
Mm-hmm.
you had a singles, like so that's why that decade is like they really don't talk about albums that much because they rocked singles. It's kind of like now, it's like because like people don't because like we grew up with bodies of work. The 60s, it was more singles. People buy their 45. You don't hear them talk about full albums that much from that era because like they'd be like, oh yeah, this is my joint. Yeah, like the Supremes, Where Did Our Love Go? Or whatever, whatever song.
Why don't you, babe?
Yeah. Temptations, My Girl. They don't talk about the album, they talk about the songs. It's like because like they rocked 45s and those were singles. It's like 70s was all about the 8-track.
8 tracks.
That's when car stereos started to be getting big. Before that, people would just listen to the radio in the car. Then we're like, oh, we can rock our own shit. We ain't got to just listen to we ain't got to listen to Herb Kent and shit. So you can play your own shit. And like the car stereos had 8-track players back then. That's what. So that's why that dominated the 70s. Like a rock, whatever, like disco tracks or your funk tracks from the 70s. Shout out Chic is like you're rocking them in like the car, like yowza, you're rocking that in the car stereo.
Chic.
Or rocking. You rocking car washing the cars, So that's the 8-track. Yeah, there you go. And then the 80s was all about the cassette. Walkman is like, that was we right our era the boombox like a la Radio Raheem.
Like you could say 20 D Mickey Ficky D on the BET version. D Mickey Ficky D.
And play Fight the Power like round the clock. It's the only tape he owned. This like was Public Enemy.
The boombox. I mean, he spent all his money on the boombox.
Oh, and then he had the fresh shoe. He afford one tape. Yeah, he had the jet.
He had the rings, so that's like the love hate rings.
He had the fresh Jordans on. It's like and his boombox. So you couldn't afford tape. So like Public Enemy Fight the Power was it
in the movies. So I mean, that was all his money right there.
Yeah, he spent it all on the box and the jewels in the ring. So tapes was like you couldn't afford. So he said, I'm rocking Public Enemy, Fight the Power. That's what they asked, like, don't you got another tape? He's like, what's wrong with Public Enemy? This shit is dope, man. That's all I want to listen to. And nobody's gonna tell this nigga. It's like, that's all I want to listen.
It was dope, but hearing it like all day, it's like
Fight the Power. He had the one tape that he rocked around the clock. And then the 90s was all about the CD, the compact disc, took over, in the 90s,
And you had to have your wallet, you'd be like this.
CD books,
your wallet. I still have my CD book upstairs, too. I should break it down and play it for the kids. They could be like, what's this, mommy?
I got a CD somewhere around. I sure
have my book.
A spool up there in the corner right now. I'm looking at it. A spool of like CDs from like
we'd be on the spool, you just stack them,
20 years ago. I'm looking at it right now. The 90s was off the CD, and then as a DJ, like the CDJs, like those started becoming a thing during the late 90s. So like cats started mixing with CDs. So then instead of crates, you just bring your big ass CD book, which like cut down on like breaking your back and all of that shit. 2000s, all about the MP3 because the iPod became a thing. Shout out to late Steve Jobs.
I had my Nano, my purple Nano. It was
Yeah,
a
iPod
shuffle.
dominated. Yeah, and
Mhm.
iTunes is like we're like once again now we went back to singles again. It's like you just buy get one song, and then for all the people that are stealing, shout out LimeWire and fucking and,
Napster.
Napster. Yeah, for those who didn't like pay for their music on
How
iTunes.
old are you? Are you Napster old? I'm Napster old.
Yeah, like my LimeWire was my joint. So
We're Napster and LimeWire old. That's how old we are.
the other one, the Kazaa and shit, is one is like
Cause
all
yeah.
yeah, all the thieves know about
All
these sites,
illegal.
man. The fact that you know these sites, you tell them
which
yourself.
which which we oh yeah, let's say yeah, we
I
did
heard,
all of
I
this.
saw a YouTube video about it.
We never wear those.
I heard about it on YouTube. It's my story. But yeah, I saw this great YouTube video about LimeWire about this DJ from Chicago. He used to get all his music from there. It's awesome, man. That DJ was great too. Yeah, very handsome fellow too.
Yikes.
LimeWire.
Yikes.
I forget his name, but yeah, it's where he got his shit from. But yeah, the 2000s all about the MP3. Like I said, the iPod, iTunes, LimeWire slash Napster slash Kazaa, wherever all the thieves got their music from. Yeah. And then the 2010s is all about streaming. Spotify, Tidal, Apple,
Pandora.
yeah, Pandora is like streaming is like because then like the labels like they fear okay like how can we make money? We got way too many thieves out here. How can we make money? So we'll offer like we're like because like with that all that shit we were talking about is like yeah they you really don't know what you're getting. It's like first of all like low quality a lot of times like the wrong song it could be and most importantly it's like viruses attached to it like spyware and malware attached to the file.
All type of Trojan horses on
here here's the Pussycat Dolls don't you it's like yeah but you don't know what's attached to that track.
The Trojan horse.
Exactly, yeah, they put all kinds of bullshit on the track. You want that ludicrous move bitch, get out the way. Okay, yeah, here it is right here. You can download it for free but you don't know what you're downloading.
Oh, go the word.
We got the whole College Dropout album. Download it here for free. It's like, it's like that. But you don't know what you're getting. Like I said, bad quality viruses and the wrong song a lot of times. Like, wait a minute, this is like, yeah, this ain't even the right track. It's like, and when you hear the actual album, it's different songs. This ain't College Dropout. Like, this is like some underground, some Kanye mixtape stuff. It's like this ain't even the album. It's like, so you think you had the album, but you really didn't. And
you really don't.
Because like yeah, because it was unauthorized. It was like the Wild West, all of that shit. Yeah. So then like they said, okay, like yeah, we got the legitimate versions here. Like you can listen, yeah, just pay a small monthly fee.
Pay a small monthly premium, and
you get like high quality music, no viruses. It's like yeah, so
and it fits. The best part, it fits in the palm of your hand.
Exactly, because the smartphone became a thing also during that 2000s. Like yeah, so it went from iPods to iPhones.
iPhone.
So yeah, it's like so yeah, and you can subscribe to like yeah, subscribe to your music service there. So and that's still carrying over now. I don't see like I don't know what the evolution will be over streaming. Yeah, I don't know.
So because I mean I like it on my Spotify.
It's something that we can't wrap our brains. like 20 years ago, we didn't think streaming would be a thing. It's like and 20 years before that, you would have never thought MP3s would be a thing. It's like
I had my CD book, and I'm like,
years before that, like you would have thought, like that cassettes would have been like something you couldn't wrap your head around.
Oh, and then if you leave one, I left a CD case on the bus one time. I was so mad.
Oh yeah.
I left you on the bus because like I was like oh my stopping there like I was like and then I hopped off the bus and I realized I was like like you left your case on the bus and I had to rebuy my
oh CD. Yeah, you leave it in somebody's car like that, like that's the day. Yeah, here pop this in the tape deck. Is like, yeah. But then you get out the car if you were getting a ride with somebody, and then you forgot that shit. Is like and the person's gonna play stupid. Then it's like yeah, like you like oh yeah.
I
didn't see it in there. You sure you left it? Yeah, I didn't. Yeah. I'm looking at the tape deck now. Not in there. Yeah, because it's in your pocket, motherfucker. It's like it ain't in there.
Never lend out your cassettes or your CDs.
I think what was one that got stolen from me? KD asked Gas or Cash I had to buy that a second time. It's like,
I remember you told me that somebody sold that for you, KD.
This guy when I was at Dunkin' Donuts, yeah, you got But then I got him back though, because I got a Nas Illmatic. I got from him, yeah. So the Illmatic tape I still have to this
Somebody
day. I
stole
was
my
stolen
Montel
and shit.
Jordan
Yeah.
tonight.
I got
Somebody stole that from me. The one with Let's Ride.
yeah.
Oh, nice. Somebody stole my Montel Jordan album.
And true story, like the story I just told about like leaving the tape in the car. That's how I came up and got the Illmatic, because he said, "Yeah, pop this in," and I hadn't heard Illmatic yet, and I hadn't heard about it, but yeah, and I popped it in. I was like, "Oh yeah, this is," and it ended up becoming an all-time classic. I was like, "Oh, this Nas cat is like he is something." It's like, and then he got out the car and forgot it. And I kept his Illmatic tape, but he ain't got. I believe he's the one who got me for my KD. So, so I think I won. It's like, yeah, Nas, KD. I think I
think you
won
won
that exchange.
Safe to say you won.
I think I won that exchange. But that's where we at right now. Let's tell music right now. Fuck it. Yeah, we talking music, and let's talk music and what season it is. Music and football. Let's combine the two. We talked about the Super Bowl halftime show last week. Said Master P is involved with ambassador or something like that because it's his city. And we put together our dream team of
you
like
heard
what
me,
we thought
New Orleans. You heard me.
it'd be, but it's like they went in a whole nother direction. It's like for the halftime show because they not like us. They not like us. It's gonna be Kendrick Lamar headlining the Super Bowl halftime show in New Orleans. Super Bowl 59. Yeah, we getting up there.
Yeah. Super Bowl gonna be 60 soon. Damn.
Yeah.
I picture they probably gonna do something big because 60 is a milestone year.
Big
so
number,
do something.
Big number, yeah.
They're gonna do something big.
So I'm a big Kendrick fan and he's hot right now, but I get why a lot of people are not feeling this. It's like but and as people do make good points, it's like when does like what rules does it say that the halftime show has to be
the artist from
from that city? It's like it's like other halftime
nowhere in the rule, but
I mean the year that they played in Miami when the Bears and the Colts played and like Prince did that halftime show. Prince is from Minneapolis. It's like
nothing to do with Prince.
They didn't have Trick Daddy and Trina.
Trick Daddy and Trina pull over that ass too fat. Whoop, whoop.
They didn't have Uncle Luke at that motherfucker and shit. Like, yeah. That would have been a halftime show for you there.
That would have been lit though.
Doodoo Brown halftime show. Yeah.
Doodoo Brown.
That would have been a halftime show for you there. Trick Daddy, Trina, and Uncle Luke. What a halftime show.
Yikes.
But yeah, but obviously, like Prince was like better than all of that.
Yeah, of course. Prince is a legend.
Yeah, you don't have to.
No shade to them, but Prince was a legend. He was a legend. So there's that.
Yeah, but
and then after the whole Janet Jackson fiasco, then it's like they were going older at that point. They were going
the very next year after the Janet Justin Timberlake halftime show was I think Paul McCartney was the very next year or something like that.
They were going older at that point.
Safe. The year after that, I think like Bruce Springsteen was the year after. So that's when you see where they're going. You can see where they were going now. It's like
I remember like they threw the guitar to him and he almost like busted his ass or something. Like he was like the way he called, he was like he almost busted.
The boss, yeah. East Street Band, let's go.
But yeah, they were going older at that point because it's like, yeah, we're going to go with a more mature performer.
We're not doing any more of these MTV halftime shows. It's like
people over the age of 45. We're doing that now.
Yep. So no more Justin Timberlake and Janet. And now was Paul McCartney and Bruce Springsteen. It's like, but like Prince was like during that time, so like he would have been in that same like age range as them. Like but Prince is the GOAT, so yeah. So I'm like, I'm fine with Prince. Legend, so But
and then it's been in New Orleans like 10 times. The Super Bowl has been in New Orleans a lot.
The Superdome is like gets it a lot. Like they did have Beyonce. I think one of hers was at the Superdome, wasn't it? I believe so. I think one of Beyonce's was at the Superdome. It's like the lights went out. Didn't realize that's the one when the lights wouldn't come back on. It's like they had like technical issues after halftime.
Oh yeah. They said Beyonce was just so electrifying.
Yeah, that was an
The President knocked it out. I remember that. Yeah.
I'm gonna pull up these halftime shows. I'm gonna go through them.
But yeah, it's like, I mean, who's to say that Kendrick isn't going to bring out Wayne?
It would what that would be wild as fuck though. Like, think about Wayne,
Drake, oh yeah,
Young Money
Nicki.
and shit with Drake. Like, that would be amazing if that happened. That would be like that would be the wildest Super Bowl halftime show ever. If Wayne comes out, like I would I would pop over that shit. Like that would be wild on so many levels and shit.
I don't care. Nobody say, Kendrick, you need to bring out Juvie so we can back our asses up. We need to back our ass up. That's all I want to do. I want Juvie to say Cash Money record. I want to hear him say that.
You want him to take over for the for the 2 4 to the 2 4 to the 5 to the 2 5. I
want to say that. And then I'll drop it. Well, I'll drop it like it's lukewarm because I can't drop it like it's hot anymore. But I want to hear that. So us elder millennials, we want to hear some things.
Okay, we're gonna go back to when Janet Jackson. This whole show was hilarious. This whole show is problematic looking back on so many levels, and not just because of Janet and Justin Timberlake. Also on this show was P. Diddy, Kid Rock. This show is problematic on so many levels. You couldn't do this show over now if you wanted to. Like also Jessica Simpson, she's irrelevant, yeah. And Nelly was on this show. Nelly would kind of be lit at a halftime show now. I'd actually put out of all of them. I'd put Nelly on the show now.
I'm a sucker for cornrows and manicured toes.
I'll put Nelly on the show now. Like Janet, forget about it. She says she'd never do it again after that shit. Because they asked her back years later. She's like, "Why would I do that shit again? Yeah. Why would I put myself through that again after what happened?" It's like, yeah.
And then I saw Janet live, so I mean, I'm pleased. I saw her live, so I'm good.
So that was 04, 20 years ago. Yeah, 04.
Yeah.
05, you had Paul McCartney. 06, you had the Rolling Stones. It's like, so that's what I had the order. Prince was 07, I had that right. Tom Petty 08, Bruce Springsteen 09. It's like, look at that. Like, they went real safe. Like Prince is probably about the most like controversial, like, because like that when he was behind the sheet and they playing the guitar and they said, yeah, that's probably about as edge as they were getting. It looked like he was like doing something to himself. It's like
by then Prince wasn't wearing his ass out because Prince had the assless jeans.
Oh yeah, he was like Prince.
He wasn't doing that no more.
Mature so. Prince by then.
Yeah,
he wasn't.
With a cover where he was like this naked.
He wasn't G-string Prince. Or Love Sexy Prince when he was naked. He wasn't that Prince.
You guys know what I'm talking about. If you're a Prince fan, you know what I'm talking about.
And we had the Who after that, so they started going old. And then they got back, started getting young after the Who, like the very next year. Then you had Black Eyed Peas, Usher, like you had okay, now we getting some younger acts again.
Mm-hmm.
For a while they went like super old and safe. Like okay, like we'll do like this much. Then the year after that, LMFAO was out there and Nicki Minaj is like, so now you back to like you got Nicki and MIA. So now we back to where we were in 04. So took almost a decade to get back there.
They had to basically clean house because the people, they were outraged. We saw a nipple on TV.
Exactly. I think I was on the phone with you, and I think I said that. So I think I just saw Janet Jackson's titty. I'm not sure.
Yeah, because I was at work that day, and you was like, "Yeah," you was like, "I'm not sure." You said, "Well, I think I saw a titty." You said just like that. I'm not sure, but I think it was.
But the first the true Super Bowl halftime show to me when it kicked off was Michael Jackson in '93 and shit. Yeah.
So I did.
Yeah. And that was in exactly. And that was in Pasadena and shit. Yeah. See, so Michael.
That's when they randomly do that.
Michael's from Gary and shit. That's the point I'm making. Is like, yeah, you don't have to.
Can I pause on TV? Can I pause while walking down the street and then just take off my glasses and then wait for like the applause? And can I have like a fan just blow me in the wind, blow my hair and just do that? I want to just do that one time. But yeah, MJ did kick that off. He did.
Yep. And that was because of In Living Color. The evolution of the halftime show. Because pre Michael Jackson halftime shows were like straight trash. It's like it will be like the Disney on Ice or like be like that. Like hey, Mickey and Minnie Mouse up there. It'd be like marching bands and shit like that. And like, or like the magicians that be at the United Center changing their clothes. Like, so those would be the halftime shows for the Super Bowl in the early years. Like, that's what they did. Shit like that. Wasn't nothing. Like, they had an Elvis impersonator one year. It'd be like bullshit like that, like pre Michael Jackson. Then in Living Color, like, was smart. It's like, yeah, hottest show on TV. It's like, okay, yeah, you can watch that bullshit, or you can come. We doing a live in Living Color halftime, which we never unless somebody recorded it, we'll never see that episode in full because there's so much like inappropriate shit that like the repeats have been like cut up like big time. It's like
more than a Tom and Jerry cartoon with blackface omitted.
Exactly, yeah.
Could have more than that.
And then like and Living Color ended up kicking the Super Bowl's halftime show's ass and shit. That's what happened.
Did.
It's like they kicked their
we
ass.
Watched it Living Color. We watched it.
We're one of the ones who switched over. It's like
we switched over in our household.
So we're not watching no Elvis impersonators. We're gonna watch this. It's like, or whatever. Let's see what it was that year before Michael Jackson. We'll see what it was. I'm sure it's some bullshit. Yeah.
Because Marlon talked about that on his interview with the Chase that he talked
Olympic
about
figures, the 1980 Olympic it's like, yeah, a bunch of dumb shit. Olympic figure skating and shit like. So yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, the winter. So Tanya Harding might have been out there though. There you go. Yeah. So you had Tanya Harding and then you had a Living Color. Like, which one you watching?
I don't know. Tanya Harding's a hit. Too soon.
A big hit.
Too
Why?
Soon.
Why?
30 years later, too soon. 30
Why? Years. Exactly. Remember that shit. But yeah, that's what you were against. Just like that. So pretty much everybody switched over to check out the Men on Football. And shit.
Wasn't nobody coming to see them Otis. Nobody was going to see that.
So then the very next year, like in Living Color did it again. They said, okay, like we got another live halftime show. Super Bowl was ready this time. I said, okay, yeah, you can switch over and watch that in Living Color. Or you have like a special performance by the King of Pop, Michael Jackson. Of course, nobody switched over to Living Color.
He was the biggest star in the world at that point.
93, nigga.
Michael was the biggest star in the world.
Like he still was like riding the wave of the Dangerous album. Yeah, so
it's like, black. It's
white. Remember the time? It's like he was still riding that wave. It's like
remember the time where we fell in love.
Right after that album was just like he was still riding the wave of that. Not to mention all of his hits he had before that.
Yeah.
Like Thriller, Off the Wall, like
and then if you go back to the Jackson 5 stuff, the Jackson stuff, Michael's catalog was ridiculous. Was the band
in 93. So
Michael's catalog was ridiculous. It was untouched.
Like I remember that. So yeah, we watching Michael Jackson. Yeah, fucking Living Color. So that's how that happened. And then like after it was a hit, like they said, okay, like the Super Bowl halftime show is a thing now. It's not just a throwaway. It's like it's a thing now.
And even people who don't watch football will want to watch the Super Bowl
halftime show and commercials. Like people that aren't even fans will watch those two things during the Super Bowl.
Like, did Mom try to check out Usher? Did she try to watch Usher? I wonder if she did.
Yeah. She probably.
Mom may have watched Usher. Right. She may have. Mom doesn't like football, but she definitely likes Usher. She's like, yeah, he can sing. She definitely likes Usher though.
I put Usher as one of my top on the Mount Rushmore of my Super Bowl halftime shows. I have Michael, Prince, Beyonce, and Usher. That's like the four for me.
That's fair.
That's my four out of all the halftime shows. It's like there's been some amazing ones. That's like the four to me. If I could only pick four, like for Mount Rushmore, is those halftime shows.
Prince made it rain with Purple Rain.
Oh yeah, it actually was Purple.
He made it rain. That was Prince. That wasn't it. That was Prince making it rain.
Prince is number one. Prince made it rain, and like that was the last time the Bears went to the Super Bowl. They lost, but at least they were there though. But yeah, so the Bears were there, so it was extra special because like our team was there, and Prince was like a halftime. Like it would have made it perfect Super Bowl if the Bears had won. It's like that would have just made it perfect. It's like, but at least we got Prince and the Bears in the Super Bowl. Yeah. I'm just looking at all some of these Super Bowl halftime shows. Like, so the Jay-Z era kicked off 2020. Their first show was the Shakira J-Lo show. Like,
and
I say that's the Jay-Z era was kicked off of halftime show. Then The Weeknd was the following year. The Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Kendrick. That was like the
Oh yeah, that one was good.
Mary
That was
J.
a
That
good
was
one.
like
Yeah, that one was a good one too. I like that one. That one was good.
Rihanna was the year after that.
Mm-hmm.
Then Usher, and then Kendrick's coming up this year.
Mm-hmm.
So Jay-Z done put on some shows, man. Not
Yeah.
one of them was whack. Shit, every one of those was good. It's like every one of them. Yeah.
Weekend made me dizzy when he was doing Blinded by the Lights. He was running around in circles. He made us all dizzy. He was just running.
I don't know why everybody keeps saying every year, like why every year people complain about nothing. Every year people think that Taylor Swift is gonna be the halftime show. She hasn't been yet.
Why do people think it's gonna be
like,
Taylor Swift?
just why? Just because she be at all the games. It's like, yeah, why do people think that they think like we're gonna do Taylor this year? Like just like the last 3 years, people have said.
Does she even want to do Super Bowl?
Yeah, like if like, I don't even know.
Does she even want to do that?
Yeah. Or she's just happy chilling up in the skybox and shit.
Some people don't want, like, while it's like people have been on stages and stuff. Super Bowl, that is the biggest stage that you can be on.
Yeah, some more
it's the
people
biggest
watching
stage
that
ever.
Almost anything. Yeah, that's like the high one of, if not the highest viewed program of the year. It's definitely up there.
Aside from the 80,000 people that are already in the arena.
Yeah,
you got another
millions.
Another 60, 80, 100 million watching at home, whatever, So it's a huge, it's huge. The Super Bowl is huge. So a lot of people may not want that type of attention.
Yeah.
You may not want that. And just the preparation to go in, because you have to put together a good show for, what's it, about 12, 13 minutes?
I said like 13, something like that. Yeah.
It's like a medley of so you have to put together an incredible show with 13 minutes. Yeah. So you have to figure out, how am I going to get in this incredible show in 13 minutes?
And most of these artists got catalogs. So you got to figure, okay, what songs do I do? We got to cut it down to like a 13-minute set. Yeah. Because you can't do everything. It's like,
and then let's be real, it says not just you singing. You got to have theatrics. You got to have, optics. You need the optics there. So
it has to be a show, basically. Yeah.
So it's a lot that goes into planning a show. A lot.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not a Swiftie, so I don't know what she does in concert. I'm not a Swiftie. Swifties, tap in, let me know.
I haven't watched the Eras tour. Even though I
think it
is streaming on Amazon, I haven't watched it yet. so I don't know what she does in concert. I haven't watched.
Does she just stand at the mic and sing? Does she do other stuff? Like what?
Like her show might be good. I just never watched the shit. It's like,
I don't know.
I don't know her music like that. Yeah, I'm knocking Taylor Swift. I'm not her demographic. It's like, I don't know her music like that. Yeah. So some people might think she's the greatest thing ever and shit. Like me, it's like, I don't I don't know her. My knowledge of Taylor Swift before this Travis Kelce stuff was with the Kanye incident. That's what that was my knowledge of Taylor Swift. I'm gonna let you finish. It's like, it was my knowledge of her, like, until this Travis Kelce stuff. Beyonce had one of the greatest videos of all time. It's like, somebody recently posted that clip because the VMAs just happened. And like somebody posted that, is like, and that was like the turning point. Somebody's like, the turning point in Kanye's, because like that's really the turning point in both of their careers. Like that was like, yeah, because Taylor Swift's like popularity shot up after that.
Shot up after that.
Kanye, he started morphing into the Kanye we know now. It's like, that was it. That was the first moment we started. So okay.
And when you go back, Kanye was sipping that yak because he did have some brown liquor on the red carpet. You didn't see it. He was sipping yak. So that's why I'm blaming it on the alcohol. I'm blaming it on the alcohol for him, because he was sipping that yak. He was.
Wild shit, bro.
But that's what I forgot about the VMAs. I did forget that was this weekend, and then I saw pictures people posted. I'm like, oh, I guess I've aged out of the VMAs. I guess I've aged out of that.
I didn't even realize they had aired until
right.
Afterwards.
I've aged out of it.
When I was going over putting my entertainment together, and I was like, the VMAs were last night. I totally forgot.
And I saw I saw pictures of Meg the Stallion with the she did a Britney
Meg
Spears
hosted, I
tribute.
believe. Yeah, I want to
She
say
did the
Meg.
tribute the Britney where she had the snake with the "I'm a slave for you." She did a
Yeah,
thing
I
of that,
believe
and then
Meg
she
was the
did.
host. Like I said, I'm not positive. I believe she hosted it though. Yeah.
And then I saw the leotard that she wore that was paying homage to Simone Biles for the US Olympic. I saw pictures of that.
Yeah.
So I just saw like still
People
photos
that
of
watched said that Meg did a good job hosting. They said she
Mhm,
was a good host. The people that I know that watched it, like I didn't. It's like, yeah.
mhm. Yeah, I'm like I didn't like
And if I'm not mistaken, like what you about to segue into, I think was that the same night as the Trump Kamala debate. I think it was. The VMAs might have been that same night, which is why another reason why a lot of people didn't watch. I think the debate and the VMAs were the same night. It might have been.
it's possible. I have to look back and see.
Yeah, what day was the debate?
The
It
debate
might
was
have
on
been the next day. I
Tuesday.
don't remember. Debate was a Tuesday, right?
Yeah,
Oh
debate
yeah,
was
yeah. I wasn't. Yeah, 'cause I think the VMAs was that Wednesday. Cause I said
okay, so
they
9/11
weren't
was
on
it?
at the same time. I'm
Okay.
like, yeah, was that the same night? It's another reason why people didn't watch. Cause like so many people watched that debate. I fell asleep because I work overnight. But so many people were watching that. It's like
I watched about 20 minutes of it and then my head started to hurt
tapped
because
out.
I was like, what are we doing? I tapped out. I was like, what are we doing? So can someone tap into me? I still don't have an answer. Were policies discussed at all on either side?
Not much from what I saw.
Because I'm
All the
like,
clips I've seen going viral are
cats.
about yeah, cats and
People
Haitians.
eating
Yeah,
cats.
eating pets and Haitians is all I've seen. It's like
The best thing that came out of all this though were the memes. They said that they found the illegal alien that was eating the cats and they had a picture of Alf.
ah, hey Willie.
I was like, okay, I approve that. I approve
Hey
that.
Willie.
That I approve. So that made me laugh. I was like, okay. Because it just got ridiculous. I said, because of the 20 minutes that I was able to watch, it just became a shout. And like, even though they were kind of trying to mute their mics some or
Because
whatever.
that's what they did. Like that's what they did during the first debate, the Trump Biden debate, like in June. They said the mics were off when you weren't talking. Like, yeah. But even with that, it still was like a challenge with this debate. It's like oh, your mic is only on when you're talking. Every other time they turn
Oh,
it
and then the other meme that came out of it, like I saw pictures of the Kamala faces that she was making. Because like I could see her, like I said, the thing that I've said about myself is like I don't have a good poker face. So you can see my thought bubble. If I'm thinking like you can see exactly what I'm thinking when you look at my face. And the meme that was funny was when they said that she had to catch herself because she was like, this former president, because they were saying she probably wanted to say this motherfucker.
I heard about that. I didn't see that clip, but I did hear about that.
Because she did say that motherfucker was her
motherfucker,
favorite
yeah.
curse word when someone asked her what's her favorite swear word. And she said that was her favorite swear word.
When he goes to show inside the actor's studio, he would always ask like the actors what their favorite curse word was. I know, of course, like with the Sam Jackson episode, we already know.
We already know.
Why even ask him that question? It's like you should have said, "Well, besides motherfucker, what's your favorite with him?" and shit. You should have said.
The best clip that you'll ever see of that. Just Google every motherfucker Sam Jackson, and it's like a compilation video every time he's ever said that word in every one of his projects. So it's just the whole from the first time when he said it in School Days. How come you college motherfuckers you can come down here and take our jobs? From that all the way to the end of his career. It's like about a 6 or 7 minute video. So just watch it. You'll laugh.
Me personally, I like shithead. That's why, especially putting something in front of it, like creepy shithead, like whack shithead. Like I like putting a word in front of it.
Asshole always works for me. I like calling people
lame shithead. It's like
I call people an asshole. I like saying that.
Demented shithead. Like I love and putting something in front of it.
Delulu. It works. But that whole debate is
defeated shithead. I love
But this is what I would say what I got out of the debate of the 20 minutes that I watched. This is what I got out of it. On this side with Kamala, I'm gonna debate you, Trump. And then on this side with Trump, I'm gonna take the bait every time. Shut up. Focus on the policies. Answer the fucking question that the moderator is asking you. Because like she baited him, and then the moderator asked him a question. He's like, I want to respond to it. I'm like, no, don't respond. Like even Fox News said he did horrible. Even like people on his side was like, he did horrible with that because he was letting himself get baited.
Yeah.
Like she pulled
like
at
the
him.
one about like the stupidest one was about when she said something about like that she had people at like she put spies at a Trump rally or whatever and said that they saw people leaving early or whatever and shit. And then like the moderator asked him about like let's say like immigration or the boys, something that had nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
He circled back, yeah, well, I want to respond to that about the debate.
People don't leave my rallies because they're great.
It's like, he wants to respond to that instead of saying like, yeah, well, how would you handle this illegal immigration policy?
Immigration. So it's about 9 million undocumented immigrants. So how will we solve this crisis of life?
I like to respond to that about my rallies. It's like
what are you doing?
Shit like that is like there's too many moments like that in the debate.
Inflation now is taking a turn where for the first time since the pandemic, inflations are at an all-time low. So inflation is at around 3%. How do we continue to keep the trend going down? Yeah, I would like to respond to it. What are you doing? What are you doing?
That was
like what is going on? I was like, oh my gosh. But for somebody who is just obsessed, is this a thing where you're overcompensating? You're obsessed with size? Trump seems to be obsessed with size a lot. He's always talking about how his rallies are bigger. Everything that he has is bigger. My money is bigger. My rallies are bigger.
I'm not touching that shit.
Is he overcompensated? But no, they always say that guy. When you see a guy who's driving a car with 24-inch rims, loud sounds in the car, are you overcompensated for something? I'm just saying.
Man ain't touching that.
You don't need all that though. Boy, I'm making you don't need to do that. I was getting so frustrated. That's why I turned it off. I'm like, I can't listen to grown ass people. Kamala, you 60, Trump is 78. Y'all are too old for this. I'm not listening to grown ass people argue.
What I did notice, which a lot of the people like let's say the black influencers, what they've been talking about as far as this is like the ones on my timeline is like
what are they talking about?
She definitely which since she's been on the campaign trail, like she's definitely been avoiding like the are you black questions. Like she's been tiptoeing around that shit. Is like yeah. She definitely has. It's like it's becoming.
It was a goofy question anyway to ask to begin with. It's goofy.
Been tiptoeing around that shit. It's like
it was goofy to ask.
It shouldn't matter, but like
right.
Negroes made it matter in the beginning. It's like she black to AKA like all. It's like none of that matters. It's like what are your policies? What should be talking about? Y'all made it about that. So now she don't want to talk about the shit. It's like it's becoming noticeable.
I did see that she talked a little bit about the housing. That's what I did. Like that's the thing I saw that did come up that she did talk about her housing.
Thing I heard a while back was like the $25,000 for new first time home buyers. Like a
but I want to know about like
credit. Yeah, I did hear.
I want to know about inflation and taxes. Like what are we going to do about these taxes? And no, you just can't. No, you just can't wait taxes. Yeah, you just can't stop taxing people. You can't do that. That's
taxes, fixing the border. And protecting protect the right to protect yourself. That's my concerns. Yeah.
Mine are like taxes, I said,
number one, like
inflation, taxes, and then related with taxes, funding the public schools. Yeah. What are we doing funding these public schools? What are we doing about it? Like I said, education and the children, stuff that affects like families, that's very important to me. So. And then, like I said, border control, like, it is some concern there. But like,
like I said, for a while, like it's gotten better, but for a while, Chicago was turning into tent city and shit.
Yeah, I said because outside police stations, it was pretty bad.
It was getting bad. That's when I'm like, yeah, you gotta do something about it.
But there, no, they stopped. They said they stopped around December, allowing them to come. And
I think they stopped busing them in too. Like I think the borders, like Texas and like they stopped war.
They did just to prove a point because they're like, you're not dealing with what we're dealing with.
Because
which is true.
I mean, like there's those racists in Texas. They don't want the immigrants. Like we'll take them. It's like it's okay. We're gonna send them there.
Hey, here you go.
It's like
Like the person who says that, how could you turn your back on your family and not let somebody stay? Like if you know somebody is fucked up and like they just a bad seed, like how could you not like you turn your back and then now you got a family member like and now they hold out their hand to you. It hasn't happened to you. You can't say what you can and cannot do until something happens to you.
that's
You
true.
can't.
Until you walked
You,
in somebody's shoes, shut the hell up. Yeah.
you just can't.
Hmm.
But the but the dumbest thing that like they were trying to say, which we knew it was all cap or whatever, like before the debate, it was a report that was allegedly saying, and it was quickly debunked. They were trying to say that the Venezuelans had took over a building on 60 something in King Drive in Chicago.
I did hear about that shit.
That was quickly debunked because it's like, come on now. Guy also like we still on this block. Like it was a guy. Because like, come on, if you know that if you're from Chicago, you know what that area is. So wasn't nobody taking over 60 nothing in King Drive. Ain't nobody
That's
taking over
fucking
that area.
not that far from O Block.
That's right by exactly. That's right by Old Block. Ain't nobody
I'm doing.
coming
I
in
was like,
from
yeah,
our
you right up the street from fucking O Block.
ain't nobody from out of the country coming in taking over an area not too far from O Block. That's just not happening in Chicago. That's just not happening at all. Like
The only thing that will get rid of O Block is fucking gentrification. That's the only thing. Other than that, O Block ain't going nowhere.
Like University of Chicago have to buy all that shit up.
Block ain't going. Gentrification happens. That's the only way you get rid of that.
There ain't nothing going on over there. When I saw that, I saw people. You see, they take it over. I'm like, come on, that's right by O Block. It's that didn't happen at all.
Y'all just making up. Where's I going next? You see, yeah, like let's go back to the NFL. Let's circle back a little bit, kind of circle back to the NFL. Have you seen the Tyreek Hill incident video?
No.
The wide receiver that was and yeah, the Dolphins receiver, he was well, he wasn't even arrested. I won't even call it, but he was going to the game like the cops pull him over for speeding and shit. It's like
I saw a blurb, but I didn't see the video.
it turned into something way more than it had to be. It's like is mistakes were made on both sides, but the cops were way out of line for that shit. It's like that's my take on it. Is like Tyreek could have handled the situations a little bit better, but the cops are way out of line. When they got out of line, when they pulled this man out of his car, I was like, yeah, and like sat him on the ground and all for a traffic stop. It's like, yeah, it's like cops were like way like over and the reports were originally that he got arrested and he didn't get arrested. They did cuff him and then but then they let him go. He ended up playing in that game like later that day. He was on his way to the game. And like he was telling the car, like, I'm going to the stadium right now. I was like, but he probably was late, so he was speeding a little.
So he was like speeding, and he was a little bit agitated. It's like, down, try to get to the game. I gotta get to my game.
I'm already late and shit.
Already
Y'all fucking
late.
shit. It's like, yeah. And let's be honest, like you're an NFL player, you got a little bit of a chip on your shoulder. Like, yeah. You know what? Yeah. I could like I make more in one game than y'all make in like 5 years. It's like he probably had that chip on his shoulder, like y'all stop fucking with me and shit. Yes. And so when he did give his license, like the typical license registration, whatever, like his information.
They didn't know who he was though. I mean,
and he rolled, but not what he rolls his window up is like, and they kept telling him like you got to keep your window down. It's like you don't have to keep your window down. That's not a law. It's like a lot of people do because like a lot of people do because like some people don't want to add it, but like it's no law that says you have to keep your window down.
Right.
And that's hot as Miami. I'm sure he's letting his air out too hot as Miami and shit. It's like so.
You're basically trying to be proactive rather than reactive in a situation. So that's why people probably
after you gave your info, like you're free to roll your window up.
Yeah. And it's Miami, it's hot, so
it's hot as hell. Like he probably was trying to keep his air from getting out the car. That's like, so. And then he kept like, yeah, keep your window. He was like, he was telling him like, no, I don't have to keep my window down. So then that's when they pulled him out of the car. And like, that's when he came off the rails. Like, that was y'all took it way too far. A simple traffic stop.
Why are you pulling out the car?
It's like,
And then my thing that I go back to, I say, what type of psychiatry things are done with police officers? Because if you're just becoming a cop because you got bullied in third grade and now
That's
you want to make
like
everybody pay for it,
trying to
then
prove a point and shit. Yeah.
yeah, you shouldn't be a cop. You
Yeah.
shouldn't. You shouldn't. Your job is to protect and serve. That's your job as a police officer, to protect and serve the community. Take the high. We're supposed to set you to a high standard. You're supposed to be a person that, okay, if I'm fearful for my life in a situation, I should be able to go to a police officer if I'm in fear of my life. I should. That is your job.
Yeah. But the
But
cop, the one that pulls him out, the guy, he did get fired. So like that's the thing. Yeah. So yeah, it's like they did fuck. Like once the body cam footage came out, like the guy pretty much got fired immediately.
And if you turn off your body cam, you should automatically be suspended. It should be automatic suspension, because why you turn off your body cam? Why are you turning it off?
Yeah.
It's no reason to turn off your body cam, because body cam is something that actually can save you, because especially like I said, situations.
That's why
cop punch me, or like a woman that grab my breast, and then you.
That's why body cams. That's why they started to begin with, not to protect us, is to protect the cops. It's like
cover your ass.
It started like the whole Michael Brown thing is really when that because what the cops version and like what they said, well, Michael Brown's version are like kind of opposite. Is like and since there's no footage, we only have the cops version to go by, which is why he ended up getting acquitted for that. Yeah, it's like because he said that he said the hands up, don't shoot never happened. It's like Michael Brown reached for his gun. It's like, so if we had a body cam footage, we could see all of that. But that's why body cam. After that, the body cams really started becoming a thing. After that, Michael Brown and Ferguson. That's the incident. Yeah, it's like that's the one that really kicked off the body cam stuff, I'll say. But this, and if it, like I said, it could have been handled better. Like but the cops were way out of line pulling this man out of his car, and like both sides have been like like stepping, like people like gotta take sides on this shit. Well, like a lot of us are saying there was this racism, this, that. Is like seeing that, like on the other side is like, you should comply, and like, saying the cops weren't wrong for no, it was.
That's not excessive pulling somebody out their car for a traffic.
Like I said,
that's not
could Tyreek have handled it better? Yes, he could have, but the cops they were way out of line for pulling that man out of his car, because he didn't want to roll his window down and shit.
That's dumb.
It's like, that's,
you're not his parent. Like you're not like, he's a grown man. Like you can't be like, you gotta keep that window down.
Yeah. And I get it. Like I say, he probably was agitated because of the situation.
He's running late for the game. Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah. You try to get to where you need to get to, and then a police officer pull you over.
And it's right by the stadium too. Like it's like I'm right there. It's like well, like they could have checked it and then like like even write him a ticket. Like let him off with a warning. It's like
give him a warning. Okay,
write him a ticket though. Like whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
warning or ticket.
Yeah.
It should not have been. It should not have gotten to that. It's the bottom line. It should, like, how did we get here?
Yeah.
How did we get here? Just more crap to just fuel the whole,
Like I said, and in an election years, like I said, silly shit like that always happens. That's the first thing I thought. I was like, here we go. When I saw the story, I'm like, okay, here we go. You only hear about these stories during election year for some reason.
Yikes.
I was like, here we go. Like, y'all trying to stir up dumb shit. It's like,
I just be glad my election season is over. I'm done.
It's over. You got something, kid? Because I got some. I definitely got some more. I don't know if you got anything.
We can stay in the football realm. Did you watch the club Shay Shay with Marlon Wayans?
Oh yeah. No, I thought you were going somewhere. But
well, I'm gonna go there too. I said, did you watch the club Shay Shay with Marlon Wayans? That interview.
All right, so I haven't watched the whole thing yet. I watched parts.
It was very good. It's over 2 hours, so pace yourself. Make sure you're able to watch it, or watch it in pieces if you have to. But
that's definitely not the most interesting that happened with Shannon Sharpe.
Oh no, we're about to go there. It was very good. So he set the table for it. And, you know, like you said before, you said that, like I said, we made fun of how, you know, Vlad probably in his feeling, Vlad probably punching the wall now because he wanted that interview with Marlon, but Marlon knew his price and Vlad tried to undercut him. And then he tried to say that, oh, you don't generate money because your videos don't, nobody wants to see your videos. It's essentially what he told Marlon. But his video is doing well. Club Shay Shay is popping. But like you said something about Vlad. It seems like shit goes down with people.
I think Vlad is an informant for the feds.
That's
my theory. Is like because like every time like somebody appears on Vlad, like some bullshit happens right after that.
Well, Marlon made the connection that, you know, he was both within moments of seeing Tupac and Biggie, like 20 minutes before both of them died. And, you know, he jokingly said something about like, okay, so 20 minutes after this interview, Shannon, you're probably going to get shot or whatever. He said that jokingly or whatever. And Shannon wasn't amused.
Yeah, but he didn't get shot, but he did something else.
But there's a segue, but something did go that well. Something did go down.
I'm sure it did. So as Marlon's brother would say, yeah, I bet it did. It's like,
so apparently, Shannon Sharpe, aka Uncle Shannon, aka Shay Shay or whatever, he apparently went on Instagram Live.
Accidentally.
So he apparently accidentally went on Instagram Live.
Which I don't like. I've been trying to like there's so many steps. Like, we'll see if I can go on right now. How do you accidentally go on Instagram Live? It's so many steps you gotta push. Yeah.
It's like a 3-step verification they said you have to do before you go.
So you gotta move. Yeah, okay. I gotta move this over to live. Okay. Add a title. We're not adding that. Yeah, you got to hit like 3.
It's a lot of steps involved. So he went.
Oh yeah, I'm just bullshitting y'all. Like, I'm not really live. Yeah, I'm just want to see if Shannon Sharpe was lying and shit. So I just see how long it took me to go on and shit. Me log off of this shit.
He did that, and then when he did that, he was apparently in an intimate act with a young lady.
Yeah.
And from what I heard, like I heard the audio.
Channeling his inner Mr. Marcus. That's what, or not Mr. Marcus, Wesley Pipes. That's what else he channeled his inner Wesley Pipes and shit.
When someone said that he was Jeffrey Sampson waiting to exhale, I was like, I was done. Because he was growling at one point. Because he was growling like.
I went Wesley Pipes. I went, yeah.
But he sounded like a whole creep to me. I'm sorry. It just sounded, that's my Michelle. Like he sounded like really creepy. It just sounded.
That's my Michelle. Bulldog it. Yeah, he was. He
got like if I was Michelle, I would not have. Not be if I was Michelle, I would have turned into the Sahara Desert. I'm sorry. If I was Michelle, because that was not sexy at all. That was not appealing at all. So I don't know
what Wesley Pipes on.
I don't know what was going on.
If you know, you know Wesley Pipes.
Marcus was like, well, he's old, so he was like, he's old, so that's what was happening. Because he is about 56, right? So he is
56, 57.
He's a mature gentleman, so the young lady sounded like she was younger. She sounded younger than him.
Best with them young girls, you know that shit.
She sounded younger, maybe like 20, late 20s, early 30s, maybe.
Messing with no extras, I know that. He messed with the young girl.
She sounded younger, and so the thing that people are saying that with this accidental live,
I got my theory.
Are these just done? Was that strategically done to squash the rumors about his sexuality? Because it's been
people saying that Club Shay Shay really is Club Gay Gay. It's like that's what a lot of people are saying. And Shannon Sharpe has been some major rumors about it. Like, remember when he was walking into the liquor store with his purse all sassy? Remember that happened?
Yeah, I saw the perk because he had a cross bag because I have a cross bag, crossbody Coach bag that I carry.
The way he walked in was like super sassy and shit. Like, yeah. And then also, he was hanging out courtside with his gay stylist and all. Like, yeah, I get if you have a gay stylist, but like, I'm not hanging out with that. It's like, yeah, you hanging out in courtside at the Lakers game is like, yeah, which multiple times. It's like they didn't go to one game and shit.
I saw the pictures.
You hanging out courtside with your gay stylist.
Rumors
combined
about
with it, the sassy walk away with the purse.
And then somebody said that he's actually double as Miss Netta. Somebody said that.
Yeah, it was Charles the stylist then.
Stop. When they said he played Miss Netta, I couldn't unsee it at that point when they said he was Miss Netta. I can't unsee it now.
And he has been getting roasted like comedian like Mike Epps and like, yeah, and I'm sure Corey Holcomb did say. I definitely heard Mike Epps say something. I'm sure Corey has said something.
This hurts me because Shannon is he's my twin. He's my birthday twin. It's like we birthday twins. We share the same birthday, obviously different years, but we share the same birthday.
Definitely be getting roasted big time about like
like what is going on, Shay Shay? What is
he leaked this video asking us to see. I'm not gay. I'm with a woman, right?
And then he said, "Cat." And then on his,
he said like, and what made him seem more suspicious. He said like, Cat Williams called me up, rap said, "Yeah, I guess you're not gay." So I think that's Cat Williams.
Yeah, because he said that he called him on his that nightcap. That's what he does the podcast with
Chad Johnson. Yeah, Ocho Cinco. Yeah, he does.
Yeah, with Ocho Cinco. So he said that Cat called me and said, "Well, I guess you not." He said, you know, you have Michelle, not Michael, or something. He said, Cat Williams said.
I guess you're not gay. Yeah, I guess you're not gay. You got Michael. Yeah, Michelle and not Michael. Well, I guess you're not gay.
But now we're gonna look and see like anybody Michelle, like who's this Michelle? Now we want to know who Michelle is.
Yeah, let's find out. We're gonna get to the bottom of who this Michelle is. Like, does she exist? Or is it all cap and shit? Does Michelle even exist and shit? I need answers.
My thing is, you don't have to do anything to prove whatever your preference of whatever you choose to be. You don't have to do stuff to prove yourself. And you should just live your truth. So whatever your truth is, I'm just saying whatever your truth may be.
Speaking of which, Shannon Sharpe's not the only one who had a slip up online too this past week.
Gosh.
Roland Martin, let's talk about it. Yeah, the moment. Well, like on his show, like I think it's uncensored, unfilmed, whatever his YouTube show he does and shit. Yeah. He like, Roland Martin, he's big political, whatever he does.
Yeah.
He was talking about because Tyrese was basically saying that about when a black people gonna get some real tangibles. Like he played, it's like saying that you had the Asian crime bill, like but black people get killed. Like basically like, and Roland Martin was like kind of like debunking that. But then when he's playing the video of Tyrese, is like what happens right after that is like what we shouldn't have seen. Is like I guess it skipped to the next video that he had in his queue and shit. And there's a naked man walking away and shit. It's like and that aired live on the show and shit. So like, what the fuck does Roland Martin be watching and shit? Like, there's a naked man ass walking away and shit like. Yeah, he gets super like flustered after that. It's like, no, like, yeah, he's just like trying to completely deflect from that what we just saw and shit. It's like
that's why we say don't swipe left. When people say don't swipe when you look at someone's photos, don't swipe.
Oh yeah, like don't
swipe.
Yeah, you see something you didn't want to see. Yeah, but
you definitely may see some photos in someone's phone that you weren't supposed to see.
That video popped up on Roland Martin's timeline of like a naked man. And Roland always seemed kind of sassy to me too. Was like, so it wouldn't surprise me if he was like if he swung that way. I'm like, yeah, his energy. Yeah, he's always seemed. Fred Sanford, he always seemed kind of so it wouldn't surprise me at all if he swings that way.
I didn't see that.
Shit, would not surprise me one bit. But It's like what did Cal even say? Like 2024, everybody's truth is gonna come out.
If we are still talking faux pas, did you see the faux pas? This is a funny thing to that. When his teeth flew out on Dame Dash.
Oh, Dash! When he was talking and he lost his teeth. His teeth just went flying like.
And he's like, hold the phone. He told whoever it was because he was trying to get his teeth. His teeth flew out.
Dash. I didn't know he ain't have no teeth. All this
I
time
didn't know
he
he had
had no
teeth.
teeth. What if he never had teeth all this time?
Or something. He's not that old. Like, why are you teeth missing? He's not that old though.
I could see him not having teeth though, like him being a hothead. Somebody could have knocked him out back in the day. They hit him in the mouth and knocked his front teeth out. I could definitely see that. That's definitely believable that somebody knocked him out for talking shit. Because Dame Dash, he definitely back in the day liked to talking shit. So I can see somebody like punching that nigga in the mouth and shit.
Teeth were flying.
Knocking them 2 front teeth out and shit. Before we wrap up, serious note, rest in peace to a couple of legends.
Yes, I was gonna say our legends.
Legendary James Earl Jones, the voice there. If you don't, and most people know his name, but even if you don't know his name, you know his work. It's like I am your father.
Well, I was getting ready. Luke, I am your father.
This is CNN. It's like you know his voice.
You must avenge me, Simba.
You know the man's voice is like,
He went to sow his royal oats.
Yes. My son works. It's like,
that was spot on. That was good.
Yeah. You know the man's work.
You don't have enough money to buy me. Nonsense. The way he told him nonsense. King Joffrey was out of control.
Joffrey Joe Fur. Yeah, that's all.
He was out of control. Nonsense.
So they back together again, him and Matt Sinclair.
I know. And then somebody put a picture of Mufasa and Nairobi together. That was like,
yeah. Rest in peace, James Earl Jones, 93 years old, I believe.
Yeah.
He's like one of those pioneers that made it past 90 because there was a whole list of like ones still alive. Like he was on that. Unfortunately, he's not on that list anymore.
I was really hoping he would get to 100 because whenever somebody gets over 90, I want them to make 100 because that's just such a huge like a lot of people making it to 100 is so hard to do.
So his
when
last
you get 90,
role,
I'm like, I want you to be 100.
I think his last role would have been the Coming to America sequel. I think that's
I think so.
I don't think he did any Star Wars movies after that because he still was voicing Star Wars stuff like for years. I think he retired from that a couple of years ago because he just.
I think AI took over his thing. I want to say.
So I want to say either like I think we talked about him retiring because he just probably just can't do the voice anymore. You get past a certain age, it's like I'm gonna let the AI take that over. Yeah, he stopped doing the voice like a couple of years ago. So I think that Coming to America sequel might.
We're still going to have the Vader. We still have him as Vader.
Oh yes, Vader will be around. He's gonna outlast us. Star Wars ain't never going away. That's gonna outlast everybody. Star Wars, and we also lost another legend, Frankie Beverly from Maze. Is like
you make me happy.
Doom, doom, doom. Yeah, y'all know Frankie.
Because I played that in honor. I said when I found out when he died, I picked up the kids from school. And I said Frankie Beverly died, and then I was like, I was like, I know this song, and she started singing the words. I was like, yes, I haven't failed you. Yes, my daughter knows the words to this song. Yes,
probably Beyonce fan.
She didn't know Beyonce, but I said, do you know Beyonce? She was like, no. She knows Frankie Beverly. I was like, yes, I didn't fail you as a mom. I did not fail you.
But yeah, we lost
77.
77, yeah. I saw Amazing Frankie Beverly about 4 or 5 years. It had to be about 5 years because before the pandemic. I saw it in concert because they headlined along with the OJs, and I don't remember who else was on that show. But
was Johnny Gill on that show or no?
Was
Johnny Gill on that show?
I don't remember. I know it was the OJs and Frankie Beverly. I forget who else was on that show.
I know you said Eddie was still hitting it. You said he was.
Oh yeah, OJ's killed it.
Eddie was still hitting the moves. He said.
Because even then, I could tell that Frankie was like he had lost the step. Like, because what I said, unfortunately, I said Maze. It sounded like a cover band doing Frankie Beverly and Maze. It's like you could tell he had lost the step even by then. It's like And I think this last tour was his retirement tour.
Yeah, because And I know mom is probably like that because mom
We're
had kind of
supposed to
expressed that
go,
she
but
wanted to
she
go.
wasn't gonna go that and see that and the Rick James story. They were like back to back, and she
Oh yeah, because they were back to
at the
back.
age now she's like, I'm not going out 2 days in a
2 days in
row.
a row, that's too much.
So like I go to the Rick
Shit, I
James,
don't even want to go out
I'm gonna
2 days
miss
in a
that other
row.
show. It's like,
Shit.
yeah.
Cause like
She
she was
made it
like,
for she's like, yeah, I'm not going out twice. It's
because
like,
that was his farewell. Because said Frankie Beverly and made his farewell concert. That was his farewell, and just to see that, like shortly at, like I mean, he knew that he knew his time was near. So
yeah,
yeah, but legend, every black cookout we gonna play. Before I let go, we gonna play that every cookout. We are.
yeah. That's
Yes.
definitely a cool. People put like number one songs you play. That one, September by
Do
the
you
Earth, Wind and Fire.
remember?
That's a cookout classic.
Shalimar tonight.
Tonight, yeah.
Gonna make it the night to remember.
Any version of whatever slides you could pull out, you gonna pull. Like, and in my personal one, I say I gotta throw blow the whistle. Let me cook on. I'm playing that. Like, I'm playing blow the whistle.
I say the Humpty dance. The Humpty dance.
That's pretty good.
To do the hump. Cause he's gonna do his Humpty dance.
Rest in peace to those two legends, and rest in peace on a personal level to the father of a friend of mine, Frankie Robinson. She lost her dad, so yeah. And I can relate because we lost our dad, so yeah. So I know what she's going through. So rest in peace to all three of them. As we wrap up, not another damn podcast. 378. Definitely appreciate you supporting us. You know what to do. You want to support us further? Give us that like. Also, subscribe, share, rate, review on your platforms. You know I'm talking Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeart, YouTube, your Amazon Alexa devices, and you can follow me at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram, TikTok, and X, Oz Radio on Snapchat and Facebook as well.
And you can check me out at MSIMA8626 on Instagram, TikTok, and X. Also SCR8GLE1 on X, SCR8GLE7 on Instagram. Also, please like the Straight Gully Facebook fan page. Check out straightgully.com for your blogs and your vlogs.
I'm Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
I'm gone.